Marhaba, that's hello in Arabic. I'm Chef Kamal and you're cooking with Kamal Lebanese style. I'd like to show you the way I like to prepare kibbi balls, or as they're known in Arabic, kibbi kebab. I find the best way to prepare kibbi is to pass it through a meat grinder. Now as a kid, my mom used to have one of those meat grinders that we would attach to the counter, and my job was to turn the handle while she'd feed the kibbi through the top and we'd push it through. Now luckily we have electric meat grinders today which make that a lot easier. Now whether you're preparing kibbi for kibbi balls or kibbi trays, this part of the procedure remains the same. You follow the directions in the recipe to prepare the kibbi. I always prepare it in advance. Now we're going to be making kibbi pumpkin right now. So I've actually soaked this in the refrigerator overnight and then I'm going to pass it through the meat grinder. So you want to attach the fine cutting plate on your meat grinder and then we're just going to go ahead and pass the kibbi through one time. Okay, so now we've passed our kibbi through the meat grinder. We pass it through one time using the fine cutting plate. Now we're going to be making kibbi kebab. Once again, whether you're making the meat kibbi with lamb or beef or chicken or even potato, and we're doing pumpkin, this procedure to open kibbi for kibbi balls remains the same. They're called kibbi kebab in Arabic. And what I've done is I've gone ahead and I've portioned it into the quarter cup portion, rolled it into a 3-inch cylinder. I just find this easier for portioning them. And then I cut the 3-inch cylinder to 3 pieces. And the reason you don't want to skip this step is when you pick up this cylinder, you want to actually pierce your finger right through this round portion. It makes it a lot easier to open. So I just dip my index finger in a little water, dampen my palm, and then you just literally pierce it. And with your hand, you start shaping this kibbi ball. You can dip your finger. You don't want to dip it too much because you don't want the kibbi to get really wet. But see, this is why I like to pass kibbi through a meat grinder. It actually grinds the bulgur wheat into the pumpkin or the meat or the potato, whichever you're using. And it gives you this beautiful dough like that. Look at how you can open these. Now, a lot of recipes will tell you to use a food processor. I have not had good luck doing that. I've always have a good experience using a meat grinder. So my recommendation is a meat grinder with a fine cutting plate. Look at that. And you just sort of with your hand, you keep shaping it and your finger, I'm just pressing up against the sides. You want to open this to about a 2.5 to 3-inch length and about 1.5 inches wide, and the walls will be about a 1/4 inch thick. They'll actually be like little mini footballs. Look at that, you just keep opening them. And I always stand them up like this on the side of a tray. Now you can cover these with plastic wrap if you're going to open them. Now I like to open them all first, then I fill them, and then I close them. So I'm just going to open up 3 of these, and then we're going to go ahead and fill them and show you how to close it. Now, whether you're, again, doing this with the kibbi meat or a vegetable, this part of the procedure always remains the same, of opening them, filling them, and closing them. So now I'm just going to go ahead and take my kibbi, and I like to use a little demi-tasse spoon for the filling. We just go ahead and drop filling in until we've filled this. But we don't want to stuff it. We just want it to be filled to the top. This is a filling of onions and pomegranate and walnuts that we've sauteed earlier. Okay, now once we fill it up like this, you get any stuffing away from the lip. We just dampen this ridge here, and look, we close the kibbi. And it really comes together beautifully. And you can go ahead and shape it. And if there are any little cracks, you can go ahead and repair them. There we have a kibbi ball, or kibbi kebab in Arabic. Let's go ahead and do that again. So again, the filling, I just like to use a demi-tasse spoon. Just go ahead and, you want to fill it up, but you don't want to stuff it. You don't want it to burst once it's fried. Okay, I just dip my fingers in the water again. Look at this, we can just close it. It's actually very easy to work with, and that's why I like to usually soak the bulgur overnight I think it makes it softens it, and then when you put it through the meat grinder, it really makes it easy to work with. There we go. Now at this point, your kibbi balls, you can go ahead and fry these directly, or you can put them on a plastic lined tray and put them in the freezer. You can make any shapes or sizes. This is just a traditional shape we make called kibbi kebab. You can do the kibbi tray, which we're going to do. You could even make 2 circles and put the filling in and make them that way. So really, you can decide the different shapes and sizes that you'd like to try. This is the traditional one, kibbi kebab. So I hope you enjoyed preparing this recipe. I hope you've enjoyed this tutorial. For more information on this recipe and my cookbook, Classic Lebanese Cuisine, please visit us at cookingwithkamal.com. I hope you enjoy preparing these recipes with your friends and family. As we say in Arabic, sahtain, double health.